So with that, let's go ahead and jump right into a demo. So I've gone out to Flyway's website and I've simply downloaded Flyway. And when you do that, you will get some sort of zip file or tarball. And at that point, you can inspect this, and there's not too much going on. So the first thing you want to look at is under the comp folder, there's a flyway.conf file. And in here, you can specify what connection string that you're connecting to. In this case, I'm connecting to a local database, and you can see I've supplied my database name and the credentials. Now, obviously, when you go to hook this up to a CI/CD pipeline, you probably want to parameterize those things or retrieve them from environment variables or something like that. So if I go over here to this database and I go to this eShop database, you can see that there's no tables or stored procedures in here whatsoever. But if I go over here to my terminal and run a Flyway Baseline, what a baseline will do was it will determine that, hey, I need to create this Flyway schema history table. So over here, you can see I've got this Flyway schema history table, and in here, it keeps track of what migrations you have run against this database, so it doesn't run those over and over and over again. Now you can actually commit a baseline script that has all of your existing schema in it, so that way somebody can start from complete scratch and spin up an entire database. But in my case, I didn't have an existing database. This was a brand new database. So now I want to add a new table. So by default, Flyway will look in this SQL folder for any changes. So here I've just got this simple create table statement that creates a table of customers. So if I go back and run a Flyway migrate, you can see here it told me, hey, I've got this new migration to run and it's version 2, and I've successfully applied that to the database, and here's the amount of time that it took. So if I go back to my database and if I rerun this query to inspect the Flyway schema history table, I can see here I've got my baseline script and then my new script that I just added. So if I come over here and refresh the tables, you can see I've got my new customers table, and it's got all of the columns that I specified in that create table script. But let's say you've got store procedures in your environment. So Flyway will by default run migrations in a versioned order, where it'll run v2 and then it'll run v3 and v4 and v5. So if I want to alter the customers table, I would do that in a v3 script. But Flyway can also handle repeatable migrations. So repeatable migrations will run over and over and over every single time that you change them. And so it's a really good place to put things like stored procedures, views, functions, that kind of thing. Things that you want to run over and over and over again. As a side benefit, when you come back in and change this, repeatables are in the same exact file, so you can see the difference of what exactly changed in your store procedure or view or function or whatever object it is. So if I come back over here and run another Flyway migrate, you'll notice it said here that it applied a repeatable migration, and I'm still on version 2, but it added that repeatable migration. So if I come back to the Flyway schema history table and rerun, you'll notice it included the repeatable migration in here as well. And if I come over here to store procedures and refresh, you'll notice now I have a get customers stored procedure. So this just gives you a brief taste into Flyway, and you can imagine hooking this up to like a CI/CD pipeline, but this kind of gives you just a brief walkthrough of some of the different functionality that Flyway can provide.